the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Moment of silence, please. Thank you.
Alderwoman Calderon. Here. Alderman Brickner.
Here.
Alderman Fire.
Here.
Alderwoman Fliss.
Here.
Alderman Damon.
Here.
And Alderman Wadawa asked to be excused. The meeting has been properly posted and noticed.
Public hearings? None. Presentation? None. Citizen comments?
None.
I like that. None. Consent agenda. Is there any council member that would like anything removed?
Mayor, I'll make a motion to handle all of the consent agendas at one time.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Ayes have it. Recommendation of action from committees, commissions, and boards. Action to be taken from the licensing committee meeting held August 17th, 2021.
Mayor, I'm looking for new beverage operators license for those two that are listed.
Second.
Chicken.
All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? The ayes have it.
Next, we're looking for renewal beverage operators license for those two listed.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Ayes have it.
Mayor, that's it from licensing.
Thank you, Don. Action to be taken from the bargaining committee meeting held August 17th, 2021.
Mayor, I move to approve the new position of Clerk 2 Election Specialist, Election Specialist,
I'll just,
and
step in.
authorize hiring for the position.
Thank you.
I'll just step in. We lost the part-time employee who left. We have an opportunity to hire a full-time experienced person from another municipality. And for that reason, I think that we need it, and it would be election. She's good, big in elections, and I don't think the election process is gonna get any simpler in the near future. So I think that it's a good idea for the hire.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Ayes have it. Action to be taken from the Board of Public Works meeting held August 12th, 2021.
Mayor, make a motion to file the DNR audit report received.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Ayes have it.
Mayor, we also would like to make a motion this evening to accept the stormwater management plan with the update of acceptance of August 12th, 2021.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Ayes have it.
And finally, Mayor, would recommend the city garage stormwater pollution protection plan update contract be approved from August 12th of 2021.
Second.
Mayor, if I may?
Yes,
on that-
absolutely.
On that one, I did discuss with the city engineer and city administrator this afternoon, recommending that the council approve the entry into an update contract, subject to the form being approved by staff as far as, there's some additions, specifically, for example, there's no date of performance that they've included in their proposal, and so there's just a few administrative things that we'd like to see added. So
I'll amend my motion to include what Attorney Alexi has added to it.
thank you.
And we had a second?
Second. Got it already.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Ayes have it.
Thank you, Paul.
Thank you, Sean. Resolutions and ordinances? None. Discussion items with possible action. Renewal of liability, property, auto workers' compensation insurances, Ansay and Associates, 21-22 premium summary.
Mayor, I'll move to place it on file and to approve.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Ayes have it. Appointments to committees, commissions, and boards? None. Correspondence with possible action or referral to committees, commissions, and boards? None. Unfinished business? None. Other business? None. Department heads? Melinda?
Thank you, Mayor. In your packet, you have the August engineers report, so I won't go over that necessarily, except for our current project. The delay got started due to the storms last week, so the start will be sometime this week, so that'll start moving forward. In relation to the storms, the city had significant power outages, but overall, from damage to trees and such, we're still picking up a lot of storm damage. We had numerous branches down. We had 2 trees come down that did affect some power lines. Those have been taken care of. So we're still out picking up storm damage from people who are continuing to bring it out to the street and topping trees that are damaged or cutting down trees that are damaged. Other than that, we just keep moving forward. And with that,
We had some transformer issues too, didn't we? Lose a couple in the city?
Yes, yeah. Wires came down, things kind of popped. So fortunately, DPW and this building had power. We weren't on generator power, but I know across the street and directly behind us, they didn't have power for a while, so. 6 hours. So,
There was some that were for 4 days.
Yes, somewhere longer.
So, and just so everybody knows, we called whatever emergency line we have for We Energies from a municipal side, and we were on hold for over a half an hour the day after the storm. So it wasn't like we had any better contact with We Energies when you have, between 130 and 180,000 people without power. It was a tough haul for We Energies, and I know they brought in crews from other states, so their response was as best as they could. But overall, we're still doing some cleanup, but I think we've pretty much recovered. And with that, I pass.
Thank you. Chief Poplar?
Just a few things. I'm not going to take the big thunder away from National Night Out, but we had the largest amount of fire apparatus that we've ever had at a National Night Out. In addition, with the helicopter, 240 plus pizzas were made between us and the City of Milwaukee Fire Department. Over 800 ears of corn. So we raised several $100 for Ignite the Spirit Foundation for firefighters' families, and then 177 for our honor guard. We also helped out with the FBI's Family Day this last week on the lakefront. We had people working off duty at USA Triathlon, as well as some spare people here in the city for that. Continue training with our 2 new firefighters. You're going to see a lot of hose testing going on. That's what we do in September every year. So we try to make it when it cools down slightly, but still warm and dry enough where when we do get wet, it's comfortable. And the last thing, Captain Peter Trost put his retirement paperwork into me today, his notification. So he has 13 more working shifts for the city of St. Francis. And with that, I pass.
Chief Hunter?
Thank you, Mayor. National Night Out was a huge success. I want to thank all of the department heads, thank the city staff, all of the common council members that were able to make it, all the citizens. It was a tremendous success. City Attorney Alexi submitted photographs. We summoned his expertise as far as photography, and he once again came through, and with flying colors. We're going to submit those photographs along with some of the video to the National Night Out Committee, and hopefully we'll see where our results stand. But I would beckon to say that we're larger than Oak Creek this year, for sure, larger than South Milwaukee. So we couldn't have done it without all of you, without the DPW. It was nice to see them up there with their apparatus this year as well. That was something that the kids, I think, really enjoyed, seeing their vehicles up there. They don't get to see the plow trucks up close and personal usually. So that was something very neat. Moving on to the triathlon was a very tasking on city resources. However, like I said, we are going to be we're all going to be refunded our overtime. I was involved in an incident. Unfortunately, Melinda was pulled into it as a witness where I was almost ran over by a vehicle. And there
Caught me.
were some felony charges that are being sought currently. The suspect was taken into custody. I can't get into that much more, being I'm the victim of it. So he just didn't want to do what he was supposed to do. School starts on Monday, the 23rd. That means this Monday. I know it seems like it's like coming up very soon. It is. I have a crossing guard meeting tomorrow with all the new crossing guards, or the older crossing guards as well. Just please, if you get any calls, I'm asking the parents to be patient, follow the rules, listen to what the schools have set up. It's always a learning curve for some of the new parents. So we're going to have extra patrols in front of the schools on a daily basis for the first couple of weeks. They're going to be giving verbal warnings as much as possible, but if they're not listening, they're going to receive citations because it's going to be dangerous, and it always is for the students, and we will not allow anybody to get hurt. Detective Gilden responded to the officer-involved shooting in Milwaukee last night. He's part of the May team, Milwaukee Area Investigative Team. He was one of the 30 investigators that responded to that shooting. I just wanted you all aware of that. He's currently, again, investigating that incident, that officer-involved shooting on 27th and Wright in Milwaukee. And I know Mayor said 7:20, so I'm trying to hurry here. On August 20th,
That was a joke.
on August 20th through Monday, September 6th, is going to be Drive Sober, Get Pulled Over campaign. We're going to be part of that. Click and Ticket, law enforcement mobilization force, which is going to be, again, Friday, August 20th, and it runs through Monday, September 6th. So you'll see additional patrol out there as well for that. Just two quick updates, and I know I updated you guys previously on the 2000 Layton burglary to the pharmacy, but Detectives McManus and Gilden were assisted by the ATF and U.S. Marshal Fugitive Task Force. They arrested Alan Moffitt and Natisha Williams for burglary to Aurora Pharmacy located at 2000 Layton in the overnight hours of September 29, 2020. They have both been charged with burglary. Located within the residence were 2 firearms, narcotics, and about 1,500 pills left over from the burglary. Utilizing available cellular technology and multiple search warrants, Detective McManus was able to confirm Ms. Williams was present on the property during the time of the crime. Subsequent investigation resulted in the search warrants, which allowed Detective McManus and Detective Gilden to utilize facial recognition assistance from another department to ID her boyfriend and co-actor, Mr. Moffitt, who was already absconding from the authorities for another burglary. Mr. Moffitt has a long and violent criminal history. He is currently in custody on a revoked status and awaiting federal charges for possession of narcotics and firearms. He's also been linked to open unsolved shootings in the city of Milwaukee. So he is off the streets, thanks to the diligent work of Detective McManus and Gilden. And then last week, a criminal complaint was signed for Joseph Johnson for multiple charges of stemming from a long-time career contract fraud, acting as a HVAC contractor for JN Mechanical. Mr. Johnson defrauded Dog City owner out of almost $9,000 in November of 2019, almost preventing her from opening, and then $15,000 from Superior Kitchen Supply in January of 2021. After a very lengthy investigation, Detective McManus determined that Mr. Johnson defrauded hundreds of thousands of dollars from customers, suppliers, and other contractors over the last few years. Another customer included the criminal complaint is a non-profit that helps business owners start up businesses. Detective McManus and Detective Gilden located the suspect and arrested him on multiple felonies. Grant County also charged Mr. Johnson on felony contractor fraud as a result of this investigation. The victims are now trying to recover their property. Lastly, it's going to come out. It's already open records. Former assistant principal Christopher Fox was arrested by our department and referred to the Sensitive Crimes Unit at the DA's office for charges of misconduct in office, sexual gratification, disorderly conduct, and criminal damage to property. And that's as much as I can say on that incident. He is no longer a school district employee in the city of St. Francis. He moved out of the school district prior to these charges being sought. He is now in another school district out of the county. I don't know if he will be there. I don't believe he will, but that is much as I can say at this point. So charges are being sought regarding that incident. And once I get more, I'll let you guys know before it hits the media, because it will.
Thank you. Ann?
Wow. First of all, thank you very much for allowing us to create and fill that position with elections being as they are with, per what Alderman Brickner said, but also with all the work we're going to need to do with redistricting. This position is going to be a real asset, and records management, we're working on getting our program up and running so that we can really find records a lot faster electronically than we can. So again, thank you very much for that. And we will be having a special joint meeting of the License Committee and Common Council on August 30th at 6 p.m. to approve the temporary Class B licenses for St. Francis Days. They were missed. I don't know if they, when they got the renewal packet, whatever happened, but we need to get that taken care of. So the mayor has allowed us to call that special meeting for August 30th at 6 o'clock. It'll take about 5 minutes. And with that, I get to pass.
Thank you, Ann. Paul?
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Real quickly, a couple of updates. First, with respect to the cell tower amended lease that you approved back in June, we found out that, once again, the tower people had gotten, I think it's their third attorney that they brought, or third or fourth attorney that they brought in during these negotiations, and so we had to re-educate her as to where we were and try to fight back some stylistic changes that she wanted to make to the agreement. As of Friday, I believe we've now convinced them that everything is in order, and we're expecting the signature copies in short order. Second, with respect to the special meeting under the ordinances, everyone needed to get a written copy. You have a copy in front of you at your places this evening, so everyone but Alderman Ottawa has now been served, if you will, for purposes of the ordinance. So we'll have to follow up with Alderman Ottawa. And with that, I pass.
Thank you, Paul. Mark?
Thank you, Mayor. The city received $507,000 of ARP funds, American Rescue Plan Act funds. Staff is working and preparing a list of possible items that would be eligible for those funds. We have not received our audit yet for 2020. We expect that this week, at least a preliminary, so it will be coming before you shortly. So we'll have a pretty good idea of where our budget was for 2020, and having a list of possible items for those funds. Now, we do have amount of time. We do have until December 2024 to be able to spend the funds. So we're not in a hurry to spend them, but I think there is going to be things that each department would like to work on as far as technology and radios and a number of things. We only have a portion of this building that is covered with a generator. So we would like to look at that for this building. So there's a number of things that the city has as far as things that we would like to make a request to the Finance Committee and Common Council on. But I just wanted you to be aware that the city has received those funds, and they will be available for expenditure.
That's the first installment.
That's the first installment.
Thank you, Mark. Debbie?
I'd just like to thank everybody that, all the staff that helped with the National Night Out. I thought it was a great event, just like in the past. I don't know when it hasn't been a great event. So just want to thank everyone from every department that helped make it to be a wonderful night.
Thank you. Sarah?
Pass, Mr. Mayor.
Thank you. Sean?
I just want to comment to both the chiefs, and Melinda's crew as well. They genuinely seem very happy to be there, to be able to interact with the community in a way that didn't involve their professional active duty. It was enjoyable. They were very engaging. Some of them are very humorous. And I was very pleased to see the size of the crowd this year. Wasn't expecting that good of a turnout. So thank you for all the hard work you do, and for putting on such a great event that evening. With that, I'll pass.
Thank you, Sean. Don?
I just want to comment on National Night Out. I thought that the things that fly in the sky, what do you call those? Drones. I thought that the drone show was great. And there was a lot of people there, and I had fun myself. So with that, I pass.
Thank you, Don. Matt?
Yeah, I heard it was awesome. I'm sorry I wasn't able to make National Night Out. It's great to hear all the, great reports of what happened. I know that our community puts on an amazing National Night Out, and I'm sorry I wasn't there this year to see it. And then special thanks to Melinda and her team for all the dealing with all the weather events. I know that We Energies kind of got all the press, but you guys were out there making our roads look nice, making sure that everything was passable, and that is no small task. So thank you very much, and with that, I pass.
Thank you, Matt. I'm going to keep it short and sweet. Chief, a home run again. The other communities are jealous as always. You guys hit a home run. Awesome. Rock stars. Melinda, not one complaint for you guys picking up branches and trees. Literally over a dozen people calling and saying how efficient you were. So thank your staff for that. And with that, I'm done.
Motion to adjourn?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Ayes have it. We are